talk about big game food, because tomorrow's the big game and people make a lot of food for the big game food.
You know what's really cool about the big game?
What is that?
And that's that I still have no idea who's playing.
Well,
this team and this team.
I can help you out.
I think it's funnier if you don't tell me.
Well, my favorite team is playing. That's all I'm saying. And the
Swifties
if you don't know,
the Swifties are playing.
No, they're not.
I don't know who
they're
his
not.
favorite team is.
We're also going to be talking about wow.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't travel in the same circles anymore, but so you don't see me as much.
You never mentioned your favorite team to me.
Well,
because we don't talk sports.
Well,
what does he wear all the time?
Yeah, I do like have a coat and usually wear shirts. And
you
hats
failed the perception check, Matthew.
It's okay.
I failed every perception check.
I'm going to give you a little hint. Roll Tide.
No, that's not a hint, and he wouldn't get that hint anyway. All right, we are also going to be talking about Dragon Ball Daima. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, latest episode of that, a couple of them actually. Invincible, we're just going to talk about episode 1 because I haven't watched the next 2 episodes, but I watched episode 1. We have
they're very good.
We have a taste test, and yeah, I didn't tell you about the taste test.
No, and that's why you got lost. But fair enough.
Well, maybe. We're going to talk about WWE. There were some major releases today. I'm going to do that. Signs of Apocalypse, but this time it really is a sign of the apocalypse. And talk some video games, nerd roundtable, and so much more. But first of all, let us introduce, because he wants to go first, Cameron. Cameron is here with us tonight.
Hope you guys are ready to rock out.
There we go. Also joining us back from a secret gathering, Matthew.
Hey, what's up?
And
I forgot about the show last week.
Yeah, it's all right. Viper Dave says Matthew rolled a 1, and he's right.
Yes,
he did. He rolled a 1.
If there's a perception check, it's always a 1 from me.
So before I introduce this next guy, he owes me something, and so I want what is owed. You know, we pay what is owed.
How the guitar is just promptly.
Yeah, it just well, I mean, someone just slapped the guitarist, and she's like hurting now.
See, here's the thing. It was pre-show, so therefore it shouldn't have counted.
You were still on the board, though.
No, I wasn't.
All right, Odie, let me ask you a question. What time are you scheduled in on Saturday nights?
Sometimes you feel the need for pressing buttons, and the scheduled time for coming in is completely an elephant. When it comes to pressing buttons, I press whatever buttons need to be pressed, and no more buttons shall be pressed after the button is pressed and the holy hand grenade has been thrown.
Well, you told me to be quiet twice so far, so buttons are definitely being pushed.
Yeah, a little bit.
And you are scheduled to be in at 6:30. So I just want to point that out. I know because I made the schedule.
You know, we're going to count to 3 here in a second.
1, 2, 5.
All right, before we get to any of the other stuff, including the bracket, which we will get to starting in the next segment,
I'm leaving you mystical.
Okay, I want to confess to something. If you were listening to the Rob Brown Show on the Fan 97.1 in Greenville, 97.7 in Spartanburg, you probably heard this a little bit, or on the stream. Actually, it was on the stream before we went off the air yesterday. I had a major thing happen to me yesterday, and I'm surprised I'm here because I thought I was going to die. I thought it was over. I was walking down the stairs. No, we need more ominous music.
Oh, okay.
I was walking down the stairs at the time when I go down the stairs, which is really early in the morning, somewhere between 4 and 5. I'm walking down. I got those lights that are solar lights that are supposed to only come on when you walk down them, but unfortunately they come on at sundown and then they run out. So false advertisement, but I'd already installed them all and I just didn't feel like uninstalling them. So they work really good after the sun goes down. So I'm walking down the steps and I live out in the middle of the woods on the compound, and the rake was leaned up against the stairs. The rake decided to fall right in front of me, right as I was getting ready to take a step, and I screamed because it looked like a hand, because it's really dark and it was a reflection off the metal rake from the porch light. And I thought zombie time, or someone was hiding under the stairs. going to get me.
That
And
did not go how I thought. I was expecting a Tom and Jerry moment.
Oh, I didn't fall. Thank God I didn't fall.
The rake
That's
didn't hit
yeah,
it.
because
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
the rake,
yeah.
The rake, you hitting the rake and it popping up and slapping
All
you
this
in the
reminds me
face.
of is the woolly mammoth moment.
yeah. Well, anyway, so
Is that not Sideshow Bob? He done the thing with the rake. It
That's a
kept-
very common
Yeah,
cartoon
it's-
thing.
yeah, it's also like I think the Three Stooges did it. I mean, it's a pretty old thing
Okay.
Yeah.
since the dawn of time or whenever rakes were made.
at the dawn
yeah,
of time.
yeah, it's probably.
First of all, God created humans, then a rake.
Yeah, well, the humans created the rake, but anyhow, so
The rake. Of the
I
gods.
thought something got me, and I don't know how I didn't wake my wife up. I mean, it was loud. I figured, not only did I probably woke up some creatures that didn't need to be awake at that time of the hour.
Was it a Wilhelm scream?
No,
Not quite.
it was throaty with a little bit of bass to it. It was like, oh, it was like that. It was more like more like a kung fu chop. Yeah, but it was really, really loud.
It's really
And it echoes where I'm at. So not only was I embarrassed, but
Yeah.
I got to hear my echo, and that embarrassed me also. So,
Not only did you get scared, but your voice, you were like, "Is that what I sound like?"
but here's the reason why I'm bringing this
all the
up.
woodland creatures just go. I've never heard him yell before.
Here's
if
the reason.
if I scream, my voice just breaks.
Or do you go high?
No, I don't go high. My voice just like shuts off.
Oh,
Like
Not shuts off.
fizzles.
It's like it does kind of go high, but it's like it doesn't sound like my voice anymore. It just I scream and it just kind of falls apart.
maybe
I
you should
guess.
show us. Maybe you should stand over by the
not
door. And
gonna
do
do
it.
No. He doesn't need to show us. By the way, Chris, we'll get to your problem in just a moment because you've got at least 3 people that can help you out there. But
to the right council.
so here's the main thing. It wasn't about the embarrassment. It was the pain in my chest afterwards. And I'm thinking,
Oh, you had one of those ones.
yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to die. I'm going to be literally scared to death.
Hmm.
And it hurt. It physically hurt in my sternum.
Oh, yeah.
Right in my sternum. It hurt. And I went and sat in the car and I'm like, why did that scare me so bad? It's because of my imagination.
You didn't
and
expect it.
and my imagination immediately goes to all the worst things that possibly can be.
Oh, no, I
Instead of
feel
going, I leaned that rake up there. That rake has been leaned up there for like 3 months and
Yeah.
it just decided to fall then. So I'm leaving the driveway going, can I make it through this day? Okay. Because my chest is killing me.
Mhm.
So then what I did is I found a song to ease me. So I'm curious. Text line is 800-905-0989. We are live on stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. What is that song you play to calm yourself down when you get a little scared? Because here's what I did. I played Piano in the Dark. And
Piano in the dark.
you don't know Piano in the Dark?
Give me a second.
I didn't actually play Piano in the Dark. I played the song Piano in
Well,
the
you
Dark.
have before.
Yeah, well, I have played Piano in the Dark, yes.
It's not there. It's not in the thing.
Oh no, you would have to look it up elsewhere. It's an excellent song, by the way. And I think it's been remade, but it's
By Brenda Russell?
Brenda Russell, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. And then I played some Agnes Obel after that.
Solid choice.
Just her piano song. I forget the name of it. And I probably should have played Down by the River after. So some nice soothing music. So what's the song you play when you get scared? Or do you just go all into it and just start playing some death metal with like triple bass drum?
Doom
And,
Eternal soundtrack.
But
Yeah.
this would definitely be my one. A little bit of Slipknot, That's definitely my one. I'm going to turn it off before it gets.
so
flagged.
you well, according to the training, there is not enough.
Yeah.
If the stream can hear it,
Oh no,
Yeah.
stream's off. No,
okay, we're
yeah.
good then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's my soothing music. Yeah, that's my soothing. That's all these soothing music there. Well-
Okay. All right. So anyway, text us and let us know what is your all right in the room. I know Matthew probably doesn't.
It's whatever I'm listening to at the time.
Okay. All right, Chris.
I do less of like listening to stuff or anything like that, and I just find whatever distractions I can that just kind of takes my mind off of things.
And by the way, Chris, it was a manly scream. I mean, it was not a high pitch. We've heard those from family members.
Yes.
But it was not one. It was a manly scream. I was preparing for battle, but luckily I would have whipped that Rake's butt.
Oh yeah.
I would have
Would've.
absolutely I would have. So some people go the other way. Hey guys, I play Rob Zombie. Let the bodies hit the floor. It relieves my stress thinking about who the bodies are that I should be leaving on the floor. I don't, and that's Jim and Easley. I don't know if I'd have put my name on that, but you know,
yeah.
you know,
I'm just kind of surprised that that's actually Jim and Easley.
what? Well, come on. Chris says another one bites the dust. So you guys go the exact opposite of me. You're like, bring it. And well, after if it was an actual something that I had to fight, I absolutely would have fought.
Oh yeah, to the death.
But it was more
To the death.
well, my first immediate thought was zombie. I can't help it. That's where it went. And
Also, you had the high ground. You would have been good.
I did well.
You could
No,
have slipped if you could have slipped your.
You
your
have the
ankle
high
away
ground.
from-
it would have had my leg. So
Don't try
Never
it.
underestimate the high ground.
Oh no,
all right. So
Anakin did.
Cameron, what music would you have played if that happened to you?
If it was something like that, I'd go with like something like Caben's Call or something like that. With
Okay, all right. Something
something
something with
softer.
some acoustic guitars to it. Yeah.
If it's something that like
Mark says insane clown posse. You guys just go in the exact opposite direction here.
Also, I will say it is a mood thing for me. If I feel like leaning into it, if that would be better for me, I'd go with like maybe Red or something like that, or
okay.
something heavy.
Did you not find Piano in the Dark and you're
No.
just playing something totally different? Yeah, I mean, I just want
I thought we were going to break, but no, I'll find your piano. in the
I
dark.
do that.
Well, you went
I
out of
do
your way to
that.
play Slipknot.
Yeah, you went out of your way to find that, except for the song that we were talking about.
Well, you see, I went looking for Piano in the Dark and it wasn't there. So here I have it here. And I need to put it because I need for the ad break to disappear.
Yeah, you need to do that. You need to absolutely do that. Again, we're going to get to your question, Chris, in just a minute.
This one?
That's the one.
This is the chilly out one.
Doesn't it sound that way?
It kind of does.
Yeah, that brought me down, and I was good.
Okay.
That was good. You haven't heard. Just wait till you hear her sing a little bit.
Okay.
It takes a little bit to
It's
get.
Brenda, right?
Yeah,
Brenda.
yeah, Brenda. Her
Sounds
name's-
like some guy's very sad at a lake.
yeah. Well,
Lake Brenda.
it's just so smooth.
I don't know about you, but I'm chilled out now.
So smooth.
I'm just relaxed.
All
My
right, you know what?
heart rate
We
is-
can let this take us to break.
Okay.
By the way, text her if you can hear me on the stream. I don't care if you feel like everybody else better than me. I'm good with that.
What?
Apparently, they have superior songs.
They like,
Oh, no.
no, they like other people more than they.
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's
Odie,
okay.
it's okay.
All right, okay.
That was me telling you I get it. Okay.
Well,
That's why we're talking about it on the stream and not elsewhere. We've already had a discussion. We don't have to spell it out. I get it.
I understand. I am everybody's favorite.
the
It
001.
just comes with the territory.
Stop.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just the one I read earlier on. I
The
understand why.
conversation we were having earlier when we went to eat. I'm curious if this is that person.
No,
Okay.
no, not even slightly.
All right.
No. This one here.
Here's the thing. You know, I used to be in a band with my wife. You know how many people loved my wife's voice and never said anything about mine?
Yeah.
I got thick skin about that. And the other thing is I've been here longer than almost everybody here combined. So
Yeah, no, that I think I told you about that 2 weeks ago, didn't I?
Was disparaging.
I'm not going to talk, dude.
No, I'm just.
So, Chris,
I don't know.
do you want spoilers or hints to like?
No, he wants help,
like so.
but we're going to wait till we're on the air.
Okay.
Yes. That's what we're going to do. We're going to wait till we're on the air and give him some actual help.
Because I'm cheap, I finally bought one Thursday.
So Chris is having trouble in the Goblin Camp. Did you get past Goblin Camp when you were playing BG3, Matthew?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You've beaten it, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Remember, he had started a bunch of times with a bunch of different characters, so I didn't know
Oh,
if he
yeah.
had finished or not. Yeah.
I eventually beat it like a while
Character
back.
25.
Yeah, me too. I beat it.
Yeah, it was a lot more.
I had like, as I've found out because I'm having some computer problems, I had 500 hours logged on computer, and plus I I beat it on console a couple times. So, and I'm playing it again right now just because there's some interesting mods that came out. So,
I had an issue with Lego Marvel Superheroes years ago. This was like 6 years ago or something like that, maybe. I don't know, it was sometime in college, I think. But I got that on Steam, and for some reason, even though I had it closed and everything, Steam thought the game was open for like a month. So I have like 1,000 hours in Lego Marvel Superheroes.
This man.
I have
Way to go,
only
you.
put maybe 5 minutes into the game. I opened it up, said, actually, I don't feel like playing through this. And then and now it's at 1,000 hours for some reason. So I can't return it.
Or someone hacked into your account.
by the way, Dave, we're going to talk about that too.
I guess.
And yes, Chris, you could break a hip that way. Especially in my case, I need a knee replacement. So I'm being extra careful coming down anyway. So instead of reacting in a way like, oh, I just immediately stiffened up and I already had a hand on the rails. So, and probably my hand on the rail, I probably leaned too hard on the rail. And because of that, the rake was lodged loose from where it was leaning and came out. So it was probably my fault for doing that because physics.
Physics.
You know what makes a good physics?
Wow.
What we ate tonight.
That's chemical.
Physics.
Oh, fizzy?
Physics. I'm going Southern here.
Oh, okay.
Let's get physics. Like flaxseed oil or,
Okay.
something that makes you regular. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie, Cameron, and Matthew here. We're gonna get to the bracket here in a moment. Text line is 800-905-0989. Texter says Bliss Trip by Quintessence. That sounds like something trippy.
It does.
It does say trip in the name, so chances are it's probably something slightly psycho. I don't know.
Hopefully nothing from Far Cry 5.
The texter says, seems to me a good song for calming would be Like a Bridge Over Covered Water. No, we could have Odie play a little bit of that. But here's the thing. Bridge Over Troubled Water is a problem for me because back in the day, our church was on Access TV in Ohio. And I sang the worst rendition of Bridge Over Troubled Water ever sang by anyone in the history of mankind. It was so bad that they kept requesting that play over and over again.
Wrong key.
And unfortunately, no, it was a little bit. I got nervous. It was a little high, I got nervous, and it was a little shaky. And unfortunately, got recognized some in Columbus because people
I had no idea.
heard the song. This. It was so bad. It was
Sorry.
yeah, no. What you did was like 10,000 times better than what I did.
Well,
All right. Chris has a question, and he came to the right place. Chris says, I've got a problem, fellas. I'm getting curb stomped at the Goblin Camp in BG3. Can't get past those head goblins. Okay, the first thing, we need to know what character you're playing and what race you're playing.
So the first thing is, if you are just trying to brute force your way through that entire goblin camp, that is your first mistake.
By the way, you can do it.
Yeah, you can. It
because
is very hard.
My first time there, even though I died a couple times, I tanked my way through it. But that's because I tanked my way through everything. But also, how far in the game is your character? What level are they? Who are you taking with you?
What's your party?
What's your party composition? There's a
lot
lot of things that come into play there. And I went to the Goblin Camp last. So my characters, my first time through, were pretty far advanced. And there's a way that you can fight certain ones first and then other ones later. And you can also run if you have to, if you can get out of there. But first thing I do is I go through, and if I have anything to sell, I go talk to those goblins and sell stuff and buy stuff. Then you get Volo free, or he's not free, but you get him taken out of the area. You also got to make sure that you don't hurt the owlbear cub, because then you got a chance.
So you got all the way over to Halson, got him, and now you're brute forcing your way out with him.
Oh no, I brute forced my way.
No,
in.
I'm talking about Chris.
Yeah, Chris
did he go further? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So are you?
Oh, he's talking about the main ones down in the.
There are areas where you can set up with your ranged characters to hit from afar. Also, you can also push people into chasms.
There's another way,
But
and
then
this
you
is
don't get to loot
this
them.
is kind of a finesse way of getting through. Make your character a drow. If you make your character a drow, you walk right in. They think you're a bad guy. There's no convincing. There's I mean, there's a little bit of convincing, but you're a drow. You show up and they're like, "Oh, you're here to see the other drow," and you say, "Yes, I am. I'm here to see the other drow," and then you just walk right through.
True, but
And then you go and you knock her out. You don't kill her, because if you knock her out later on, you can recruit her. If you're playing a good guy, you can still recruit her, and you can help her escape, and she becomes a part of your.
yeah.
Can you
Chris,
change from bad guys to good guys mid game?
Yeah.
Oh,
I went
okay,
to-
that's
Oh, yeah.
good.
yeah.
choice to choice? I mean,
It's
you're not
like
stuck.
life.
You can decide to take a heel turn. But
Nice.
yeah, Chris, non-lethal on Manthara. But with the hobgoblin fight, there are also like support beams and stuff overhead where you can get your entire party up there if you need to, and just throw a whole bunch of bombs and like arrows and stuff down too.
Oh, we've got a Lae'zel user here.
Nothing wrong with
Is it-
that.
No, I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm just like, that's kind of rare. A lot of people don't like her.
Oh, I love Lae'zel. I would tell you, and I know you guys are big Karlach fans, and I am too. And Shadowheart is great, but as far as the romance interest and the end of it, Lae'zel's turn is the best story in the whole thing, in my opinion.
Well,
Oh,
'cause
it's
she has
pretty
some
good.
because
character growth.
because she softens, and you find out that how she is underneath as far as all that bluster and everything, and then she becomes, I think, more loyal than any of the other ones do. Because she has to. I don't want to tell too much of the story for Chris, but she has to denounce certain things, so you become her world, especially if you are romancing her. But there are a lot of ways to get through that thing, and yes, you can ask Cameron, Matthew. And you've seen me play D&D. I tank my way through everything.
Oh, yeah.
And if I can't get through it, thing is, a lot of times those guys are all in the same position each time you play through, so you know where they are. You know who to hit first, which is it's ogre, right? The big lady, the big back by the door. He's already talking about inside though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So inside draws Roglin or whatever his name is. He's kind of tough.
Also, something, if they're not aggroed at you at first, you can also put exploding barrels by them.
And
trigger those.
another thing you can do, as Cameron is saying, if you appear friendly to them, find the toughest guy, walk up, and you can attack them before you actually go into a fight. So you can do some major damage on someone. Like later on, you're going to fight a guy named Balthazar. If you just agree to help him, you just go around behind him and then just attack him.
Yeah.
And if you have a strong enough weapon, you can take him down a great deal before you actually have to fight.
Well, for the most part, whenever I
What?
What?
Whatever you what?
no, I'm reading what
Yeah,
this is
it's
saying.
a demon, and I'm trying to think of.
Are you talking about what's his name? Who-
Oh, so no, he's further down in. He's in Shar, right?
No, I think
are you? What is his name?
Zevlor.
Billy.
Zevlor is the
No, Zevlor's he's the good guy tiefling, and no, it's the one demon with the displacer beast.
He would not be there yet.
No, I don't know. All right, we will continue to try to help you, Chris. Right now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are going to get started on our bracket. But hey, if you have video game questions and it's something that we played, don't at us, because we love that. And hopefully we can help you or make things worse for you. But either way, we'll talk about it. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
All right, so I think you're talking
I think
about.
he's talking about Raphael. You're not talking about Raphael, are you?
You wouldn't be fighting Raphael.
No, I mean you can't. You can just straight up like aggro him enough to fight him.
I had no idea you could do that.
Yeah, I just never tried that. I mean,
You have to
the
try for
option is
that.
there. I'm playing
I'll
with mods
admit,
right now, and I got some.
Like the most I've messed with him was like eating all the food in front of him and just ignoring him. But so you're automatically so Chris, you are aggroed with all of the guys in the goblin camp, right?
I'm not even going to lie to you, lads. I am feeling very much like a camel in the Antarctic.
It's okay. We can't avoid questions because
No,
Yeah,
like it's awesome that y'all know so much about it, and it's cool. And I'm just sitting there kind of going,
it's a way to solve it, Odie.
Play the game.
Play the
Play
game.
the game.
I shall retort to that with a further little bit of, give me about 7 more hours in the day, please, and then I
do
can
feel
do it.
that.
No, I got you.
I've been trying to rewatch the last episode because I really, really enjoyed it and I really wanted to watch it again of Skeleton Crew. I've been trying for about 2 weeks to get an hour just to watch that. Time is not my friend at the minute. What I need to do is I need to just
Swear, everything he's describing sounds like something further in the game.
No. He's talking about the hobgoblin.
So
Raslin.
draw Raslin. Yeah.
But he's not a.
I think he's a goblin. So
He's a hobgoblin.
He's
He's
a
Yeah.
red.
hobgoblin.
yeah.
I mean, he's orange.
He's red.
He's got a bit of a red tint, but he's like a reddish orange.
Arashta.
I killed him yesterday, and I don't remember what color he was.
They probably would. Because every now and again I'd be sitting there going, "Oh,
Watch what?
Skeleton Crew."
Also,
Oh.
make sure to sneak into position too, Chris, because they won't always see you coming.
Sneaky.
Also, typically, however, like in D&D, I always sneak up or double cross
So is your
guys
is
half
your-
the time.
who's your fighter? Is it Lazel or is it Karlak? Because Karlak's a fighter too.
No, she's a barbarian.
Dave's not here, man.
All right, so I'm not thinking of it as class. I'm thinking of it as she actually.
You're thinking of generality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I knew it was Lazel, because he has 2 fighters, which means one of them has to be himself.
Like a bridge stuck inside my
So
brain.
I played almost exclusively as Paladin, Paladin of Vengeance, and I have broken my oath before.
It's very easy to do.
When I was playing as a paladin, I did it immediately. I wasn't even trying.
Often,
know, it's-
You
quick, do
got?
it.
Do you not understand what an oath is for?
Look, those tieflings looked at me weird.
Okay.
I was also playing as the Dark Herd, so it's the way I was going to go anyway.
Hey, vengeance can be evil. It can be good. I mean, it just depends. It can be neutral.
Scottish dude, you came here so much quicker than I anticipated. You've broken your oath.
There's some mods for some extra armor and stuff for if you break the oath. It looks pretty good. Yeah, Matthew was right.
Bridge is stuck in my head now.
What?
Bridge
Also,
over troubled water.
Feel free to use range
When you're
weapons
weary,
with your fighters,
Odie,
too,
when you're
if you
feeling
need to.
small,
Is that the lyrics?
yes.
I only know the chorus. Oh, radio.
Welcome back to the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew. Having fun on a Saturday night. If you would like to be a part of the show, text line, and this is important, is 800-905-0989. And you may say, why is the text line important, Lonzo? Well, because it is. It's because it's also the call-in line, which you can't do tonight because y'all drunk. But during the week, you're probably not drunk. If you are drunk, you probably still shouldn't call. But program that into your phone and listen. Don't program when you program in 800-905-0989. Don't program in Word. I mean, you can do what maybe put Word first, but go Word Pulse. Don't go word Tara or word Frady or word Charlie. No, go word Pulse. So yeah, whatever, dude.
Word
I mean,
cool guys is also
yeah,
acceptable.
that's
Word
very
what?
acceptable.
Word what?
Word cool
Yeah,
guys.
I thought you said the pool guy.
Yeah,
Like,
you
okay.
really need to listen. So you need that because we are getting ready to do the next segment of the Upstate Pulse toy bracket. Also, if you want to watch the show, we are live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch at the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. I had to check to make sure I actually put that in there since we got in there late. All right, so it has been very, very interesting so far. Let us go to the bottom left-hand side of the bracket as we try to get through our first 64. And our first matchup is Star Wars toys versus Bionicles. I'm sure Cameron's going to elaborate great about Bionicles. Star Wars toys. Now listen, I've got a Star Wars toy several in the office in there. And it includes lightsabers, guns from Star Wars. I have a Boba Fett Nerf gun that shoots Nerf balls that stings really bad. Also, action figures. It killed me. Now it kills me. But back in the day, I had a Luke Skywalker, a 12-inch Luke Skywalker, and my mom just put it out in the shed, and mice ate his hands off.
Oh,
Yeah, I found it. It's like, oh, you know how much this could have been worth if it was really in good shape and everything. More if it was in the box, but if anything, I could have kept it. So Star Wars toys.
I was just showing the guys their Star Wars soap. I was in Walmart today. I showed it to the stream as well. In Walmart, they're selling Star Wars soap.
Yeah.
is the
I'm not
Yoda one
surprised.
swamp?
The Yoda one, no, the Yoda one, hang on.
Is
The
it big of a-
Yoda one is called Wisdom Wash.
There we go. We could all use a little bit of that.
The Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi is called Only Hope soap, right?
Well done.
The
Mhm.
the old Luke Skywalker is, or what's his name? Guy that plays Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill.
That's the guy. He has legendary lather.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. What's the red and black guy? I can't remember his name again.
Darth Maul.
That's the fella. He has rootless rinse.
Okay. All right.
You want to hear Darth Vader?
Okay. Why not?
He's dark side scrub.
Okay. All right. Dark side. What?
Scrub.
Scrub. Okay.
Do you
All
want
right.
to hear the Emperor?
All right.
This is the last one. The Emperor's last one.
Okay. Fine.
This is sinister scrub.
Okay.
You know, a
All
little
right.
bit lazy on that one, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to bathe with the dark side, you go ahead.
as you're scrubbing.
But I
There is a product
suggest
to be made. It has been made for Star Wars.
absolutely. I suggest you use Yoda because we all could use a little wisdom, and it's going up against Bionicles, which are made by Lego, and you have to put them together. And I'll let Cameron describe them a little bit more.
They're pretty cool.
So, Star Wars versus Bionicles. Cameron.
All right, so Bionicles were probably some of my favorite toys I've ever had because it spoke to that inner bit of me that got me interested in engineering in the first place. The ability to create things, customize things. They'd come in like individual sets and such where you would make these individual Bionicles and such. But the thing I like to do was combine them and make all sorts of different monstrosities.
I did the same thing.
I made one that was about as big as me when I was a child.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yes, I did that. It was humongous. Had like the body of a spider because I like made all the arms and stuff into the arch of like the carapace and whatnot. The hands were massive. Had like 5 different sets of weapons from all sorts of different Bionicles, and I'd set up bad guy ones, good guy ones. I could do all sorts of stuff with that. My creativity just ran wild with it.
So you're definitely going to pick the Star Wars toys.
You're expecting that sort, aren't you?
A little bit.
But no, my vote is with Bionicles.
All right,
Even though
Matthew.
I love Star Wars.
Matthew, who you got?
I had a very similar relationship with Bionicles growing up. I had a bunch of Bionicles that I used to play with all the time, setting them up and building them up and customizing and everything and having a lot of fun with that. And then on the other side of it was the Star Wars toys. And I think the toy that everyone, of course, thinks of with Star Wars toys are the plastic lightsabers. And I had like 3 of them.
And also, just to put my own little note on that, that's when I learned to guard my fingers.
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen. That's a valuable lesson that I taught you.
Also, tells you why so many swords have guards,
Yes,
because you lose your fingers.
because I don't know if you know this, Odie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're sword fighting, if you leave it open, if you don't have fingers, you can't hold on to the
Yeah.
sword.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Some knuckles were cracked. Sometimes it's a
a
lesson.
lot of times the knuckles are cracked.
It's a lesson. It's a lesson.
I think both are great, but I think for the personal choice, I've got to go with Bionicles.
All right, Odie.
Star Wars.
Okay, Odie is going with Star Wars
Because of a coin flip. Because
All
I
right.
couldn't. Yeah.
Sure. The coin-
And
Honestly, yeah.
here's the thing: it's going to be considered a betrayal by a lot of people if I do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this strictly because of a Christmas video, and that's why I'm going to go with this. And if his sister is listening, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And
Do you have the audio?
no, I do not. I could get it though.
Dude.
No.
So all the Star Wars people are going to hate me probably, but I am also going with Bionicles. So Bionicle is going to go through. And it's just because I know the joy that my son had playing with those. And as he said, the creativity that it brought out in him, which has enabled him to have a decent job. So there you go. All right. The next, let's see what time it is. Yeah, let's squeeze another one in. The next matchup is Battleship. And I know Matthew's going to talk about it being a board game again, but I don't care. Because
It's not a board game.
well, it is kind of. It is, unless you have the
Board game.
electronic one, which was much cooler. So Battleship is
Yeah,
you set up your you never played the electronic Battleship?
I did. Yeah.
I was going to say you push the button and then you find out if you, instead of the other person saying you sank my battleship, you get the satisfaction of the missiles being shot off, torpedoes being shot off, whatever, and hitting the ship. So Battleship versus a stick. Now here's the thing: a stick is the most versatile toy of all time. You can go out and you can grab a stick. That stick is now a gun. That stick is now a wizard staff. That stick is now Excalibur. I mean, that stick can be anything that it needs to be. And it is the cheapest toy. Yes, even cheaper than the cardboard box is the stick. Matthew, who you got?
Sticks are goated.
There we go. Matthew goes with stick. Odie, what do you got?
Battleship was, when I was younger, it taught me strategy.
Mhm.
It really did. And then I went on from Battleship to start playing chess. So, and I did have great fun living in rural Ireland with a bit of a shillelagh. But I'm going to have to, no, you know what? I'm going to stay true to my roots and I'm going to say the shillelagh, aka the stick.
The stick. All right, Cameron, who you got?
That's so goated.
All right. I also got a stick because when you're out in the woods and you got all this area in front of you, you pull out the stick, you pretend that you're fighting an army of monsters with your own army, and you just go crazy.
I was unaware that there's a stick song.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a little freaked out right now.
I'm also
Yeah,
going
stick.
with stick. Stick is going through.
Let's
and
go.
and we're
the
taking-
stick sweep. I'm so ready.
We're taking a
Yay,
break
sticks!
with the stick song. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Was that a chicken?
What was there, chicken? Hearing your chicken?
Shooting lasers.
I did not expect.
I was not ready for this.
Yeah, me either.
song.
That's-
Oh,
I loved it though. It was
I kind of
amazing.
wanted to leave it up. I've been waiting a week to play it. Oh, that's funny.
He's had the tab open this whole
Okay.
time.
Hey, sometimes you got to be patient and wait for
The
it.
long game pays off.
The thing is, he gave it away that he had something going on, so I went a totally different direction last week, so he couldn't use it.
I know.
That's why you got to quit
Yes.
doing that. I'm trying to teach you to stop.
Don't be
doing
learning me now. Don't be learning me. Gosh, shillelagh. I
Any
got
day that you learn something is a good day. And also learning the people in the room also will help.
There's people in the room.
especially this one over here.
You know, I'm supposed to be a comedian. I should be able to read a room.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Mark, that Star Wars lost, and our list is entirely objective and the only correct option. So that's it's just how it goes. I'm sorry to say.
Sorry for everybody.
I
on
don't
the
think we've
stream.
ever done one of these where everyone who was listening and everyone in the room was completely okay with it. Although right now, so far,
The stick just won. Everybody loves the stick.
I mean, so far,
Yeah.
it's. I have no idea what's going to win.
Stick.
A stick.
I'm putting it out there. My choice for the entire thing.
I will not always just automatically go with stick. I'm not going to do that.
I know, but I just think
Because in that category coming up, Nerf is in there.
That is a statement.
Frisbee is in there.
No,
G.I.
it's a
Joe
Nerf,
is in there.
not a staple.
Skates are in there. Water rockets are in there. D&D is in there.
what are water rockets?
All right, so water rocket, you'll have to wait till we get to it, and I'll describe it.
Okay.
So I may be the
Can I
only-
look it up, or do you want me to wait?
If you want to.
If you want me to wait, I'll wait.
If you want to look.
You want me to wait? I'll wait. You
I
want me to go to Cork? I'll go
I-
to Cork and I'll stick a Cork in it.
Why would you
Cork.
go home?
Cork. Listen,
Cork.
who's from Cork? Who knows how to pronounce it? Me, Cork.
Well, we can only go with you saying that's how it's pronounced. We
Yeah.
don't know for sure.
Anybody listening online that's from Ireland, say Cork, will ya?
No, Dave, lawn darts are not in there because I'm probably the only one who played that.
I do know you did.
Someone like what?
Yep.
Oh, so you have played it.
Yeah.
Okay, Odie and I are the only ones. And those are illegal right now. So are they illegal in Ireland?
Of course.
Okay, well, I don't know.
We got them in from America.
Okay, well, yeah,
People brought them home.
they're
from
against the
America.
law right now.
I was about to
Doesn't
say,
mean you
everything-
can't make homemade ones.
Don't make homemade
Yeah,
ones.
but that's probably
we
a
at
bad
the
idea.
Upstate Pulse
Do you
do
know what a
not
lawn dart is, Matthew?
condone Upstate Pulses.
Maybe not.
So it's a game. You have a ring and you're outside. You have a ring that's about this big,
We never had a ring.
plastic ring,
Yeah.
and you put it on either end, and it's like horseshoes or something, except it's a dart. It's like a big metal dart. People got really hurt with lawn darts. So because you throw one up in the air and can't figure out where it is, and suddenly you've been impaled in some way. I mean,
Oh.
pretty dull end, but if they were kind of heavy, and if you put them up in the sky high enough, you're gonna. I mean, it's gonna
Doesn't matter if the end is
Yeah.
sharp if it's still
Lawn darts
Pointed.
in the sky.
horseshoes with death. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Except we didn't use
All
the
right,
circle.
Billy.
We just threw them.
Fireworks are not toys, Chris.
Exactly. That's a PDA. Or
What?
PAD. Or
What?
Public safety and a PSA.
Okay.
PSA.
Yeah,
PDA is
PDA.
public display of affection.
Yeah, public display. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, all right.
Maybe you're thinking
Which-
of fireworks.
No,
going
listen,
off.
Stick,
listen.
stick,
Fireworks
stick,
go off
stick,
if you
stick,
meet the right
stick,
person.
stick,
So
yeah,
yeah,
stick,
but
stick.
stick, stick,
Yes.
stick, 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 stick.
welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Matthew and Cameron and Odie, and we are in the middle of our toy bracket and trying to get through at least one more matchup before the end of the hour. And that matchup would be something that we know really well in this room, and that would be Nerf. Now, it doesn't have to be a Nerf gun. It can be
Some of us know it better than others.
it could be a Nerf football. Yeah, no one in this room has been shot as many times as I have.
Okay.
Yes, this show's
I
finishing
know.
up their 10th year. Trust me.
I beg to differ because I'm the only one that's been shot with your new Nerf gun,
True,
which has
but you haven't been shot
all of
with
them.
you haven't been shot with the Boba Fett gun though.
No.
Yes,
No.
You don't want to be.
the one that I bring to scare people. I have been shot with that, and it's not a good feeling. Now I absolved all the losers during Christmas, so we're starting off new. We will be doing a Nerf wall in maybe a week or so.
Okay.
But I remember who the losers were. Their names are Odie and Cameron. But
Only
they were.
because of the rule you instituted.
Hey, listen.
Out of the
No, that's the
losers,
Tim rule. It had to be because Tim
no.
just lost every single
We
week.
could have
He
shot
did,
him
he
Yeah,
did. It
every
was
week.
very funny.
Tim just like We just knew Tim was going to lose, so I had to make a
I
new
had a
rule.
whole bit with a shotgun and everything.
That's why new rules are made, okay? Because you have to
Look,
sometimes.
why do I have to suffer because other people suck more?
Hey, listen, I absolved. I could reinstate.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I think you
All
should
right.
reinstate after that. After that little outburst.
Oh, if I reinstate
believe.
one, I reinstate all.
I don't care. I will take it. I
I'm
will
sorry,
take it
but-
like a man.
All right, so Nerf. If you maybe you play with Nerf football, maybe you play with anything Nerf. Nerf has been a classic. Nerf is going up against Play-Doh. Now, Play-Doh is, especially if you're a kid, being able to build stuff out of Play-Doh. My granddaughter loves Play-Doh and making stuff. Especially she has, I think it's a ice cream shop Play-Doh.
Oh,
Yeah, where she makes you sandwiches and ice cream and stuff like that. And no, Chris, we're not going to do a Rob Brown rule. I could have made him lose a long time ago. He needs to lose fair and square. He is Brock Lesnar. He is the Undertaker. He will lose eventually.
slightly fair.
So Nerf versus Play-Doh. Cameron, who you got?
I gotta go with Nerf.
All right. Odie.
I would say I would have said Play-Doh, but then they changed the
Did-
recipe and they changed the smell of it.
They did?
I know, dude. Maybe in Ireland, Play-Doh. Maybe Play-Doh smells different where you're from,
Possibly.
but it still smells the same to me because I'm having it. That Play-Doh smell, especially once it's on your hands.
Yeah, well, no,
It is hard to get it off.
It never getting off. And they also changed the consistency of it. And that's, yep.
Nope. I'm not. Again, I'm not. So this is Play-Doh that you played with when you were a kid, and then
Yeah.
you come over here, and so
I need to get some Play-Doh.
so the Play-Doh here is probably
I
more
think
consistent.
I need to pick up some Play-Doh.
Yeah, because I've went through 3 levels of Play-Doh when I was a kid, when he was a kid,
Yeah.
and now with the granddaughter, and Play-Doh still smells the same to me.
Yeah. Well, I might have to smell some.
I can bring some in next
dude,
week.
bring-
if you
bring
want
some
to-
in,
if you
but-
want to smell
but-
some
but
Play-Doh.
Next
for
week
now-
on the Upstate Pulse, sniffing Play-Doh.
Oh boy, cannot wait for that.
Those daggum huffers.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm sorry, that's something that's been in my head all week. I'll tell you about it during the break. Tonight, because I am a 2A nut, I'm going to say Nerf.
Okay, Matthew, what do you got?
We've been having basically nothing but heavy hitters this entire section
Yeah,
of the
well,
bracket.
it's tough.
And it is a tough one. I have a lot of fond memories of both Nerf and Play-Doh. But you know what? I think I've got to go with the Nerf on this one.
Oh,
There we go. 2 Nerfs. Cameron, what you got?
I already said Nerf.
you already said Nerf.
Did you? Okay,
he
that was
was
so 3 minutes ago.
3 Nerfs.
Yeah. All right. So
Well, if you
Nerf.
paid attention to me, Dad.
Nerf is going through. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
talk to
Hey,
your
Dad.
I mean,
mom.
it's Nerf
Hey,
or
Dad,
nothing.
pay
What can I
attention
say?
Talk
to
to
me,
your
Dad.
mom. All right.
Why do I sound like Jimmy?
So
Hawkins?
earlier today, we're going to continue into
Wait.
the next hour. Earlier today, Cameron, myself, and Matthew, in different vehicles, by the way, went to Borderlands Comics and Games annual sale, which you may be saying, Lonzo, why are you telling me about a sale that already happened? Well, here's the thing. The sale also goes on tomorrow. So if you missed it today, you can head over to 410 South Pleasantburg Drive and check out the continuing sale where they have a ton of things on. Well, everything's on sale. Everything is on sale. While we were there, first of all, I was talking to Rob Young, the owner of Borderlands Comics and Games, and the organizer owner of South Carolina Comic Con and Comic Con Junior, about some things. Matthew was standing next to us. He was so focused on the manga that he was going to get that he didn't even notice it was us.
I was listening to music. I was going through my checklist that I had on my phone while looking through the manga, and I didn't even notice them until I started hearing one of their voices in the corner of my ear, and I looked up, and there they were.
Yeah, and there we were.
I was
So
just staring at him for 5 minutes, just waiting for him.
That
to
was
go.
great.
So if you get a chance, make sure you go by. Matthew bought a bunch of stuff. We're going to show them to you during the break because we're at the top of the hour. And listen, it's an awesome sale. You guarantee they got games, everything in the store is on sale. So you're going to find something. We saw a guy buy a bunch of consoles, used consoles because they have those, and he spent a lot of money on those, and he looked so happy.
He did.
He was very happy. And we had some fun conversations about One Piece. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Yeah, Cameron was pointing out, man, you just had a conversation with that guy. It's like, it's Borderlands. I can talk to anybody in Borderlands. and
Yeah.
Oh
I'm completely
God, you were
comfortable.
social.
Yeah, it was a great conversation.
Comics and games.
Hopefully, we sold him on watching. Well, I tried to sell him on watching, and Matthew tried to sell him on reading. Either way, you can't
You know
go
what?
wrong. Why
I
not
hope
do
he does
both? Yeah, why not do both?
Read.
All right, Matthew, show everyone what you got.
Am I the only one that brought their stuff in?
Yeah, I already put my stuff up
Yeah,
on my
same.
shelf. Yeah,
Show and tell.
I can't believe this.
sorry, it was
But I
that was
got
many hours ago, and
I got a bunch of manga and I grabbed some D&D minis. So I got a bunch of undead minis. So that I've got now 2 or 3 whole different types of armies, I guess you could say, to
Is there a
Throw at
necromancer in your
players.
future?
maybe. I don't know. I just saw the minis. I was like, I like these. I haven't run this archetype before in anything. And I saw a couple specific ones, particularly the skeleton knight on a horse.
nice.
That I think is super cool.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, you know what? That'll probably be one of my next games that I DM. One of my next campaigns. I'll do an undead, something related to that. And then I also grabbed a bunch of manga, as mentioned, from my not noticing them standing next to me.
You were in Manga Goblin.
I just
Rock.
want to say, Matthew, we are large individuals. It's hard to not notice, but you did.
When you're that focused.
Oh, you were definitely
How it is.
focused.
But I grabbed a couple volumes of Chainsaw Man. I grabbed the second to last volume that I still need, or I think the third to last volume, because I think there's also a volume 9.
Hey, Odie, did they
of,
read Left to Right
JoJo's
in
Part
Ireland?
6, and then I grabbed, I think, one Mashal volume, didn't I? Yeah,
Right.
Mashal volume 18, Kaiju number 8 volume 11, and then
'Cause
several Jujutsu
manga, you
Kaisen
read right to
volumes
left.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
that wrap
What?
off
Yeah.
all but
Hey-
one volume for
Hey,
me.
Matthew, let
Jujutsu
him see.
Kaisen.
Let him see one of those. I mean, hold one and look at it. He's trying to figure out one. No, let him. He doesn't. I was telling him how you read it.
Oh yeah, you read it backwards.
So if you open up like you normally would, that's the end of the book.
That's the end of the book.
Mhm.
No, that's the
'Cause
beginning of the book. So go to the end. Go to the
you read it
end.
right to left.
Yeah.
Oh, you start on this page and you go to this page.
Yeah. The text, of course, is still.
And you
the
start up
same.
here and you go over here
Yeah,
and
so
down.
you're reading right to left, right to left, right to left, right to left, like that, because that's how it is in Japan.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
Does
what.
that help or
Yeah.
hurt the
It's,
dyslexia?
yeah. It's.
I think we have our answer.
You know what, Trey? They do have a ton of old video games. I
No, I
didn't
get
check
it.
to see if they had wrestling, but they might.
But I already have a tough time reading things with dyslexia. A little bit.
And they actually do have. Well, obviously those are in English, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't read Japanese.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You could. Patrick Brown, when he was here, was learning Japanese so he could watch anime and understand it without having to look at the subtitles.
No, I'm not.
I don't know
doing
how
any
far
of
he
that.
got with that, but he was.
The only Japanese that I know
That's
is
when he introduced
specific
us to Food
JoJo's
Wars.
lines.
When he introduced us to Food Wars, do not look that up.
I know Food
Or
Wars.
you can if you.
Japanese Food Wars?
Definitely not on a.
Don't look. Don't look. No, go
It's an
ahead.
anime.
Don't look it up. You probably should look it up on your phone. I'm just saying.
Japanese Food Wars?
Just
Food
type in
Wars
Food
anime.
Look up Food Wars anime. Yeah.
Probably should go, from the way you're talking, I probably should go incognito.
Nah.
It's just an anime. It's very expressive, though.
Oh, it's very expressive, all right.
Yes, it's very much
It's
expressive.
already there looking for me. Video, I suppose.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very-
Don't put it near the mic, though.
Very metaphorical in its nature of.
22 minutes, man.
Why, you want to watch it again?
Which one?
We're waiting. We're waiting,
For the bomb to drop.
so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it would be. Ah!
Static Shock.
Up! That was with a P.
He's around. I see him on Facebook all the time, Chris. I think he moved back to the area. I'm not positive though.
What do you want to do?
Why'd you turn the sound down?
Open the Lord. Look at them. I've got radio stuff to do. I should hold that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know,
Hasn't even gotten
do you guys ever wonder if, like, young Roshi,
Yes. That's a good call.
a young Master Roshi?
Yeah, what about him? I mean, yeah.
I never thought about that until just now.
Young Master Roshi had game. Watch OG Dragon Ball.
I remember.
I'm not
that.
saying that he was
Hey,
a good person.
see,
Oh,
you
my Lord. There's boobies.
come on, man.
It's
It's,
just
about
boobies.
food.
Dude,
It's
It's
about
food
food.
boobies.
It's about food. What are you talking about?
Food bees. Go look it up. It's awesome.
No, don't look it up. I mean,
Look it up.
Wow,
you
he's
should have
gonna,
known better.
yeah, that should have been something
You're-
after the show
He's
was over.
naked.
You were expecting him to be contained.
Don't worry. There is
Connor, you
plenty
noise
of fan
cancelling.
service
Stop
for the
it.
ladies as well.
I'm not even reading the subtitles.
Would you please stop? Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew, we invite you to check out the stream. Okay, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse because the show continues. All right, this other stations do this now, including the Rod Brown show, which I'm on, and but we started doing it here. We don't need to cover our breaks. We still continue the show during the break, and sometimes we talk about things that we're not talking about on the air. So you should check that out and leave us a message and don't encourage Odie.
Sometimes the inner Odie has to come out. And you know what I discovered?
Oh, we don't need to know about that.
No, but
okay.
no, I'm going to keep this very PG. I've discovered I like manga.
Okay, that's anime. But still,
I don't care.
but still.
Anime.
All right. In this hour, we're going to continue. We're going to finish. We got a few more matchups to get to in the toy bracket. We also have a taste test, and we're going to talk about WWE releases, signs of the impending apocalypse, some video games, nerd roundtable. We'll get to probably a third of that, but I'm going to try. We're going to try. We are going to try. If Cameron wants to go ahead and get the taste test out, so we can show them exactly what it is. And you guys may want to go and make this purchase yourself.
Is also technically telling in this case?
Just hand it to me. That's fine. It's so people. I'm not going to say what the flavor is.
The stick tongue is still stuck in my head.
So, well, it would be. So we usually do taste tests, and I just happened to
I
discover
saw
something that just came out. These are Post Malone Oreos.
Would you go away? Are they covered in tattoos and
Close
sing,
to- yeah.
sing terrible songs?
God, he just went full on Irish. old guy.
No, everyone,
Hey!
everyone immediately when you say
It was repulsed.
when you say Post Malone, they say like cigarette. It tastes like cigarettes and alcohol or something like that. Listen, my guy looks really dirty, but he is also talented.
I gotta have a song.
He's very
man.
talented.
Got some
So,
songs and Oreos, man. Okay, man.
so we'll be trying some Post Malone Oreos
Oh, what's this wee business?
during the break. Oh yeah, we are.
it's
It's
going
part
to
of the
taste. It's
show.
going to taste like want and neglect.
No, I will tell you what's in them and during the break when we do this. All right. Wow. Also, I want to know, what are you making for the big game tomorrow? Food wise. Did they in Ireland? Did they cover it at all? I mean,
No, it is. It's on.
I was wondering if it was a thing there, like it is here. I mean, it's probably not going to be here because it is.
Not huge.
It is. It might as well be a holiday.
Yeah.
Here in the United States, and of course, I'm very excited about it because Kansas City Chiefs are in it, and they got a chance to do something that's never been done in the history of the NFL: win 3 Super Bowls in a row. There's a chance to see history tomorrow. There's all this made-up controversy online of the refs helping them win, which makes it even more people wanting to watch probably because of that sort of thing. So looking forward to that. And of course, yes, I'm rooting for the Chiefs because that's my favorite team. So
Who's the other one?
Philadelphia Eagles.
So that okay, there was one of the guys in work was wearing a Philadelphia's Eagles
Yeah.
shirt yesterday. So
Yeah.
now it explains a lot.
Now you know why. So
Yeah.
what is every year we make wings, different kinds of wings for
Eagle wings?
each person. Didn't think about it that way, but we're gonna eat them
No. why
like
would we
like
do
like
That's
that?
yeah.
illegal.
All right,
Don't do
so got some wings yesterday. I usually go with ranch and
Mm.
try to rub it in. Do a
Yeah.
little bit of dry rub with some ranch.
Yeah.
Cameron is he's the spicy guy. Let's put a little bit of extra stuff on them. My wife and my daughter love the barbecue, and wife loves the ranch too. So we do that. Just it's not big time. She makes a killer dip. I don't know what the dip is called, but it's got cream cheese and beans
7
and
layers of
stuff in it.
heaven.
You
Yes.
should just call it the Queen dip.
Well, we could do that. That was very nice of you.
Yeah.
So
Killer dip.
we
Killer
enjoy making food. So what do you eat for the big game?
Waffle House.
Text line is, you would, 800-905-0989, or let us know on the stream, 989 WRD or Upstate Pulse, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. What are you making? So I'm looking forward to making the wings tomorrow. Might actually do a little bit of marinade tonight and let them soak overnight. I don't know if that's too much. The other thing we are doing is trying something different. We just got a new air fryer. So we have 2 air fryers. Probably going to have 2 air fryers going at the same time.
Okay.
So we can have the wings and all the other stuff just finished at the same exact time.
Additional accoutrement.
Yes. And I've been making some chicken breasts in the new air fryer, and
Is it
little
good?
bit crispy.
Okay.
So one thing that our wings have been lacking, because we don't want to double fry them, is the crispiness. And I think this new air fryer is going to take care of that. Chris says spinach dip. I love spinach dip. It's great. What kind of chips do you use to dip though? Do you go with veggie chips? Do you go with tortilla chips? Do you go with
Tortilla?
tortilla?
Tortilla.
Yes. Daggum
know,
tortilla. Do you know where you are?
chips.
Listen, Matthew, just because you ain't got an accent and you're from here doesn't mean that I don't.
Well, daggone,
Exactly.
Matthew.
Tortilla.
Technically, everyone has an accent.
You're right.
I
Thank
don't.
you.
I have no accent whatsoever.
You're right. You are so vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yes, you are. You are so vanilla. So let us know what you are eating as far as that goes. And I'm sure no one's making anything that we wouldn't like. Except Odie, he's kind of picky. Well, Matthew's kind of picky too. All right, me and Cameron will like just about anything that you make.
It's a balancing act.
We have our own reasons. Yeah. Okay, he went with tortilla.
Picky.
Tortilla chips. He's going with tortilla.
I'll eat most anything that someone gives
So
me.
you're
but
going to pronounce the
I'm
tor.
gonna generally
you're gonna-
try and be.
how do you
health
pronounce
conscious,
that
sure,
word?
but
Tor what? You're gonna make the L.
tortilla?
So you make the L silent. Where are you from, boy? You ain't from.
It's-
You from
It's
around
a
here?
double L. What do you mean silent L?
Vanilla.
That's an English word.
Okay, fine, but it has 2 L's in it. So there. So there.
Tortilla comes from the Hispanic language. In Hispanic dialects, double L is a Y sound.
It's tortilla. Daggum
my
tortilla.
Gosh.
You know what? I love them Doritos because they're made out of they're tortilla chips with cheese on them.
When did Goofy get in this studio?
Not goofy.
Listen, if we're just going off script completely,
We're not. We're getting ready to go to. Okay, fine. Stop with the stick thing. All right, let's get to our next matchup before the 7-second monster gets me. All right, Odie gets it. All right, the next matchup is the Frisbee.
Frisbee.
They have Frisbees in Ireland. No, there's some questions. I think they're legitimate questions.
Okay, no, we do.
Okay.
Actually, they are, because the next thing you're going to ask me, no, we don't.
Okay. All right. So Frisbees
Were they
Are-
the shape of squares?
Frisbees.
Triangles.
You know what? You can make a Frisbee out of tortillas. I
Yeah.
don't know if you knew that.
You
You can
can.
absolutely do that.
Just reminds me.
Because not the chips, but the tortillas that you make them burritos out of. You can
Burritos.
throw them tortillas.
It just
Um,
frisbees
What
remind me
about
of
chimichanga?
frisbees remind me
hate
of
it here.
boomerangs. Frisbees remind me of boomerangs. Hey mate, what do you call a boomerang that won't come back?
Hey, have you ever thrown a boomerang before?
Yeah,
It never works for me.
yeah. You know what you call it when it doesn't come back? It's a stick.
Okay. All right. Matthew, have you ever thrown a boomerang before? Listen,
Yeah, I have.
it's not necessarily a common thing. Cameron, never thrown a boomerang, right?
No, I haven't. I'd like to.
Yeah, I just kind
Also, what do you mean it never came back?
Do you want me to bring in my boomerang?
you've got to flick it your wrist a certain way to get it to go
Yeah,
to
mine
circle
didn't go
back.
back when I
Yeah,
threw it.
yeah. Just
You got to throw it 30, 30, 30 into the wind.
what?
30 degrees.
Okay.
Release at 30 degrees.
All right.
And the boomerang has to be at a 30-degree angle.
Okay. All right.
So you
it's
throw
three
it 30,
things at
30,
30
Is
30
this
into the
taught
wind,
in
mate.
school, or you just automatically knew that?
In Australia, mate. 30,
Okay.
30, 30 into the wind.
Did you drive your motorbike to Australia?
No,
Or-
because it's an island.
or did you fly the jet? That's where he went. That's where he went. He went from Dubai to Australia. I don't know how long of a trip that is. All right. Frisbee is going up against Lincoln Logs. Now, if you were a child of my age,
Yeah.
Lincoln Logs were definitely at school.
Yeah.
They're basically like Legos, except they're logs
Mhm.
and don't hurt as much when you step on them. Now they look like sticks. So if you could hit somebody with them, and happens a lot in kindergarten. At least it did when I was a kid.
Yep.
Was not very good with the Lincoln Logs, but and they were a little more expensive. No, kids are mean, man. They just are. All right, so
Yes.
Lincoln Logs versus Frisbee. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I want to know what Odie's saying.
So what Odie's saying is you're saying that Lincoln Logs, Frisbees that look like boomerangs are all actually...
Frisbees or not? No.
No, okay.
Also, you played the wrong part of the
You
song.
played absolutely the one section of the song where they're not saying stick. Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
All right. Chris on the stream said Lincoln Logs for sure made many forts with them.
I'm going to say Frisbee.
Okay. All
Because I
right.
never played with Lincoln Logs, so I don't know.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah,
That's a good
that's
choice.
fair.
All right, Cameron.
Now, Chris makes a good point about forts and defense and whatnot. I typically am a turtler in most
What?
of my life. What you don't know? You don't understand?
It's a video game.
It's a video game
Okay.
term. It also works in wrestling too.
Yeah, I first learned that from Matt Tomlinson, who you're a turtler in a video game. You're just going to turtle up? Yes, I'm going to turtle up and try to stop your onslaught with your Zerg. I hate you. Anyway,
Punk.
Cameron.
6 Zergling rush.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say Frisbee though.
Frisbee.
Imogene says she cannot hear what Odie played. Did you take your...
Oh, I can play it. I can play it on
No,
the thing.
no, don't.
I'm
Oh,
not
that's
going
what
to. I'm
you
just
Don't
saying I
do that.
can.
Yeah, don't do
I'm
that.
just saying
All right.
I can.
So a Frisbee goes through. Frisbee has beaten Lincoln Logs. All right, let's take a break. When we come back,
Wait, what?
Matthew didn't go.
Oh, well, 3 went.
Oh, 3 did?
Yeah, so
Oh, I didn't think that you said what you wanted.
I did just now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would have gone for Lincoln Logs, but yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Oh.
Let us take a break. When we come back, we will finish what we're doing. This is
Can't
the
go to
Upstate
break.
Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9. By the way, tune into the stream. We're going to do the taste test right now on the stream. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of Carolinas.
Huh?
Beating the audience to death with a stick.
What kind of Oreo cookies?
They're Post Malone's. Exactly.
There you go, Imogene.
Yeah. Is that peanut butter? Like, actually, is that peanut butter? Okay.
Are you sure? Why are you allergic to peanut butter?
No.
Okay, I probably should have thought about that.
Do you dislike peanut butter?
No, I like peanut butter, but I have to avoid a few certain things just for digestive stuff.
Okay, well, let me tell you what it is then.
Yeah.
It is.
Not that it'll mess me up. It'll just be it's better to avoid if I don't want to get backed up.
It is swirled salted caramel or caramel
Caramel.
and shortbread flavored
Okay.
cream.
Long bread.
That's
Okay.
All right,
actually
Odie.
probably good then.
It smells very strong.
I'm getting a hint of neglect. A little bit of tattoo. A little bit of terrible music.
Yeah.
Slight little bit of addiction. All around, no.
You don't like it?
No, not really.
Matthew,
I hate to do it, but
go ahead.
Yeah.
So you don't want to take them home.
no, not even slightly.
whatever.
Okay, Cameron. Now you've got to talk about it when you put the whole thing in your mouth. I mean,
I think personally, it's not bad.
He said personally
I
is
kind
not
of like
bad.
it.
He actually kind of likes it. I'm doing your subtitles.
yeah, we got it. We understand.
Surprisingly good.
Surprisingly good.
I wouldn't do it again
You wouldn't
because
do it
I
again?
like the base Oreo flavor a lot better. But like, it's fine. It's whatever.
Remember the
I think they're
spicy
pretty good.
Oreos you brought in?
Mhm.
They were nice.
I hated the Cocoa Oreos.
What ones did you bring in? They were sparkly.
I don't remember.
Have another one?
Really? Cameron likes them. What he doesn't.
I will say these are the best Oreos we've had so far.
Really?
Well,
I agree.
Let's think about what that's comparing to.
Yeah, no.
True.
We're not talking about the original.
I need to bring in.
I
some
know.
Irish
That's what I'm
biscuits.
saying.
Well, no, I point that.
We're comparing it to the
No,
Coke Oreos
and we've had and some other kind. I can't remember.
Pepsi or whatever it was.
I like the Pepsi ones.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
I like Pepsi.
what was the other Oreo we had? Yeah, the
I don't
Pepsi one?
remember.
Okay.
Let's get Mikey. Yeah, he likes everything.
Hey, Mikey. Who's
He
Mikey?
hates everything.
Okay.
Did you have the Mikey commercial? And it's for Life
Oh,
cereal.
Mikey. He likes it. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, for Life cereal.
We
yeah.
had that whole discussion before, didn't we?
Don't know.
Pretty sure we did.
Oh, he's been here for 4 years. I don't know.
7 years.
Oh, he's always been here.
6.5. Yeah, he was here when we moved into this building like 20 something years ago.
I am immortal.
Excuse me, don't steal my shtick.
I'm more immortal.
He was.
I'm the Irish immortal.
He was out with the homeless people who used to live around here. He was out there. Yeah.
I was.
There used to be woods back there. I mean, more woods than what there are now.
Odie
know.
wandered
That
in
whole
and he
thing
never
over there,
came out.
the whole thing over there where Lowe's and all that stuff was nothing but woods.
I know.
Of course,
I was there.
describing it for the
Oh, okay. For the audience.
audience.
Audience. Do you know I haven't been taking track?
Man,
of
those were
anything
really
we've done
good.
tonight at all.
Exactly.
I'm just going to put stick in everything.
They don't like caramel for some reason.
Well, here's the thing: you and I don't like everything the same.
No.
'Cause I don't want no ramen. It messes my stomach up.
All right. Yeah, that's right.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew. If you were watching on the stream, good, because we like that. And we did a taste test on the stream. This way we'd have a little more time to cleanse the palate afterwards in case it was really bad. And it was Post Malone Oreos. And stuff pops up on my feed on occasion, and it did today. And I was like, what? And then I looked it up to see what it was and see the availability. And it was, and Cameron and I took a special trip to the Mart of Walls, and we found the Oreos. We got the Post Malone Oreos.
But you found Post Malone Oreos at the Mart of Walls?
We did.
That's
we did.
crazy. I thought they only sold walls.
Well, they got a little side business going on, you know.
A little
It's
side.
yeah, it's
There's a
just like
small kiosk.
all right.
off
There's
to the side.
it's basically a stand. It's a stand. Some guy named Harry is on there. Anyway, he doesn't have many teeth, but the food is good. So anyway, Cameron and I both liked it, and Odie didn't like it at all.
Hated it. Hated it with the passion that only an evil Irishman can possess upon Oreos.
All right, I don't know any evil Irishmen
Ding,
unless
ding,
you
ding,
say
ding,
that
ding.
you're
I
the
was
evil.
about
You're the only Irishman that I know.
I was about to
so.
say we do know an Englishman.
Yeah. Well, anyway, and Matthew, what was your description of them?
It's all right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So here's the thing. I think they're the best Oreos outside of the real thing that we've had trying on the show. And Matthew pointed out that we've tried some pretty bad ones.
Yeah,
so
that's
in
kind of
comparison,
that's not saying much.
yeah, well, you know,
But it's still better than that.
yes, it is. All right, let us continue so we can finish. Listen, I'm gonna try to
Are
get.
we wrong?
I'm gonna try to get to all that other stuff, but you know, chances are probably won't. The next matchup is G.I. Joe toys. Now, the one thing that disturbed me about G.I. Joe toys was the hair, because I don't know where they got the hair and what it was made out of, but it's disturbing.
Don't ask so many questions.
But I see people on occasion who have that kind of hair, and I describe it as G.I. Joe hair. if I see an actual man
Reminds me
walking
of-
around with
it's
GI Joe
this.
hair. Yeah, it's like
Spoffle.
okay, that don't look real, dude. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
no.
And GI Joe hair just disturbed me.
Microphone hair.
Yes. But the GI Joe line of toys have been around for a really long time, and I'm sure that Odie was a big gung ho guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
We didn't
Yeah.
have G.I. Joe.
You did not. Well, I mean, it seems like it.
We had Action Man.
Yeah, Action Man.
Action Man. Action Man was the precursor of G.I. Joe. Now, unfortunately,
No, maybe over there. GI Joe is more American because it's
Mhm.
about American troops
About
and
the
all that.
GIs,
Yeah,
yeah.
GI Joe is American military propaganda. The
Mhm.
franchise.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Sergeant Slaughter, by the way,
he
was interviewed him once. It was a really good interview.
Okay.
But yeah, Sergeant Slaughter, when he was added to it, I think it made it even more cool because it was a crossover between wrestling and GI Joe. So the toys
Mhm.
have been bestsellers for a really long time. GI Joe is going up against a game that a very physical game, a game that we play full contact, and it's called Twister. It's called Twister. So here's the thing. So Twister, you spin a thing and it lands on the color, and you got to go right hand red,
Yep,
or left hand yellow. And if you're playing with 3 or 4 people and you know how to position your body correctly, you can cause them to fall.
Yes, you can.
Yes, and it became a lot of parties when I was a teenager, and
I wonder why.
they were all family parties, and so we're very cousins and stuff.
Okay.
So we're all very competitive, and so you get on there, and like me and my cousin Frank, anything that we did, we beat everybody in anything, to the point where they would not let us be on teams. So I mean, you get that person
Yeah.
that you grew up with, and you know each other really well, so you can compete at anything, and they just what they're thinking, that type of thing. We could not be beat at Twister.
It's not the kind of Twister I played. Anyway,
Of course not. Of course not. It was tongue twisters because you're really into tongue twisters. This is like
You're
she sells
multilingual.
seashells
Yeah.
by the seashore.
around the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran.
There you go.
Were you the rugged rascal?
Ragged
Ragged,
rascal.
You said
As a-
ragged.
He thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost. Is my favorite, but that's from Stephen King, and he probably made that up.
There is one about a pheasant plucker, but I'm not
Thank you for not doing that one.
going to do that.
Yes,
one.
I've never heard it before, and I don't need to.
I will do it after
No.
the show.
You missed
After
the
the
point
show.
where I said I don't need to.
You do.
All right,
Would you
Odie.
like
yes.
to hit the ejection button?
Yes,
Over here.
twice. GI
Over
Joe
here.
or Twister.
Of course, it has to be Twister.
All right, Matthew.
Twister. What?
I'd never had GI Joe or anything as a kid. I think apparently my dad liked it as a kid. I remember hearing, but that's about all that I really have with it outside of that awful movie from the mid 2000s.
Hey man,
Uh,
Snake Eyes was cool. I get what you're saying, and Storm Shadow wasn't bad, but anyway.
So
And there were 2 movies actually.
No.
Okay, so what you going with?
I'm going with Twister.
Okay, Cameron.
Odie Twister or normal
You
Twister?
know, knowing is half the battle,
Knowing is half the battle. You're right,
and
Cameron.
the other half is gratuitous violence, and that's why I'm going with GI Joe.
Okay, so
Marvel Twister.
here's the thing. Odie is going
Yeah,
with Twister.
I am.
Matthew is going with Twister.
We are.
Cameron is going with GI Joe.
Oh.
I interviewed Sergeant Slaughter, so we have a tie.
Ah.
All right, so here's how we solve this tie. Don't text yet, but the text line is 800-905-0989. When Odie gives you the countdown, you will tell us GI Joe or Twister. Hey, Odie, give them the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
All right, there you go. That's 3, 2, 1. In case you didn't know, everyone at BMW got that. So,
Oh,
GI
yeah.
GI Joe or Twister, which is going through. There we go. Yo Joe, the first one.
No.
Yes, I will take that.
With the laws of the you set down.
By the
because
way.
last week I asked them could they abbreviate it, and you said no.
No, that's not an abbreviation.
That's an abbreviation,
No, it's not. I'm taking
No,
that.
No, it's got to be
I'm
the name of
taking
the
that.
franchise.
I'm taking.
and that is not the name of the
I
franchise.
said, well, I can just overrule and take it. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, you can
Ladies
do that.
and gentlemen,
That's
Beaker has entered
that
the
is
building.
the
Here he
third
is
time you told me
complaining
to shut
about
up.
last year, and here he is now breaking
All right.
his own rules.
723.
Ta-da.
Text GI Joe. Thank you. The next texter that texted in GI
See,
Joe,
that
which
one
was
counts.
a different person.
That one counts.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We stretched long
I
enough
need
until
to-
someone else texted.
Captain, I believe we're about to have a mutiny.
See, there's this radio thing where you do this thing where you stretch till somebody else decides to help you out. And I appreciate you. 905 GI Joe goes through. All right.
Yeah, with 905, we're not playing Twister ever. So you know.
I feel like that's a punishment.
Yeah, I
Play
do.
Twister.
I
No,
do. I
no,
don't-
because 905 wanted
It's
to
out
play
of
Twister. He wanted,
everyone in this room, you're the one
wanted-
person I would not want to play Twister with.
you say that now.
Yes. And I will
There'll
say it
be no
again later.
improvement
There's
to
never a
that.
time when I will not say that.
Shall we just break it?
No, we're not. We're going to do one
Okay.
more matchup before we go to break.
Okay.
The next matchup is skates. Now, it could be roller skates.
Okay.
It could be ice skates.
Rollerblades.
They're skates, aren't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they skates?
4 wheels in a bush.
Yes. The only thing it can't be is skateboard. Okay, because that's
Oh.
a different thing, and it's also on the list somewhere.
Okay.
I think it already lost. Yeah, it did. It lost the risk. So anyway, skates versus the game of life. Now, the game of life is pretty cool because it has an elevated board. It's one of the first board games back in the day that had an elevated board.
Yeah.
And you get cards, especially as a little kid. And then if you land on certain spots, you get a spouse or you get a kid. And then you have to pay taxes when you land on certain things. So it really teaches you about life.
Did it have the
Except
song?
at the end, you like make it to a mansion. That's not how life works. but in the
or
game-
slums.
In the game,
Yeah.
that's how it works. So the game of life versus skates. Matthew, what do you got?
So I'm about to drop some Upstate Pulse lore.
Uh
here.
oh.
Oh,
Here we
no.
go.
Oh, here we go. Sit back.
So
Sit right back. Here we go.
throughout my entire life, I don't know how to skate.
Okay.
I've never learned how to skate.
Okay.
Okay.
I never
All
learned
right.
how to ice skate. I never learned how to rollerblade. I never learned how to do anything related to skating. So I
you're-
got to go with life.
So
you're-
Odie's
There
gonna
we go.
take you.
There we go.
So Odie's got to take you skating later.
We don't know that Odie can skate. Odie, which one you going with, skates or life?
So when I was younger, when I was a young man,
When he was a young warthog.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yes.
thought of changing my name.
If anybody in here would be Pumbaa. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I grew up skating
Yes.
on roller skates,
Yes.
and then I progressed onto roller blades, and then I progressed onto ice skates because you get cold and that. And so
Nuh-uh.
I'm going to have to go with what are we choosing? Skates. Of,
Okay,
Of the
all right.
skatey variety.
So Odie is going with skates. Cameron, what do you got? Skates or life?
I think I'll go with life.
Did that have a song? Be a winner at the game of life.
Yeah, no one's heard of that song before.
It was the ad, the advertisement for it. It was
Really?
I
yeah.
never saw
That's,
that.
yeah, me neither. I
To
don't
the
know.
interweb I go.
All right, so here we go. We've got 2 skates and a life.
2 skates and a life. Yes.
Yes, we got.
Why do I feel like
No,
that's
we
a
got 2
song?
lives in the
2
skate.
lives and a skate.
2 lives in the skate.
Oh, my
yeah,
bad.
you went with life. He went with life. He went with skates.
Yeah.
I needed clarification because I'm also going with skates. So I started skating when I was 3 in skating rink. Skated before I could walk well. I skated more at the roller rink, USA roller skating rink.
Okay.
Everything was red, white, and blue in the thing. Apparently, I had a girlfriend named Helen who I would go and skate with even when I was 3 or 4. Listen, I remember that just because they made a big deal. Apparently, I blushed every time we went. But it was a fun place to skate. I loved skating. Still love skating now, but because of my leg, there's no way I could skate anymore. So skates or life. Here's your countdown.
Hold on, before you do.
Okay, there we go. Not trying to influence anything, and you would think you wouldn't play that before we go to the vote because now you're going to influence people to vote for the thing that you and I did not vote for.
I'm going to be honest. I actually know that song.
Well, look at you.
I heard it
Look at you.
before.
All right, so here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Text line is 800-905-0989. The game of life or skates? What is going through as we go to break?
Okay.
What is going through? And there we go. The game of life is just beat out skates.
Hey,
So
Matthew, we're winners at the game of life.
way to go, you guys.
Yay. We're
All
the
right.
winners at the game.
We've
of
got
life.
one more matchup that we've got to get to, and then we'll squeeze in some other stuff. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. All right, it's 2 matchups. I figured it out. Well, I meant,
Subtle as a sledgehammer.
look at that.
That would be you.
Someone actually got an emoji on there. I didn't know emojis could go on the text line.
I think that's since we got the new number.
Huh.
Been upgraded.
Wow. A lot of votes for that. Unfortunately, everyone, I mean, there looks like more votes for skates, but
Yeah, he said I spelled it out. So
there you go. The game of life. By the way, life would have been fine because the thing on the game is life. It's just LIFE.
Yeah, it just goes by life now.
Yeah.
They don't go by the game of life.
Ah, not all emojis show up on it.
Good.
What did you try to say?
It's probably something to do with food wars, more than likely. Told you.
I imagine it had something to do with vegetation.
It was an eggplant, of course.
You know, I
Anyway.
feel like you're a book that's read at the first grade level.
Yes.
My what?
That's kind of mean.
What did you say?
You're a book that's read at the first grade level.
Kindergarten.
I'll check that out later, Mark.
I feel bad even just saying that. I'm sorry.
I don't. Have you met me?
I have. You'll bury that deep down inside.
You know,
That'll
somebody-
pop back up in 5 years.
Somebody texted a message last week on the 8 o'clock show Sunday nights. You know, Sunday nights with Odie Fitzgerald, me. Yeah, my
Never
own
heard of it.
my own show.
There you go. for
Somebody
you.
sent a text in and they were like, "Is this the same Odie that's on the Pulse?"
What does that say to you?
It means I have two different.
Yes, you do, but it's not your fault.
There's two sides to every Odie.
It's
there's
not your
two
fault.
sides to every
It's
Odie.
not your fault. You are doing as instructed, and they have no idea the show's still on the air.
There's
So I
less
mean,
tape.
there's that. There's
There's
that.
less
Are you guys on the air?
Wait. I thought that show ended 9 years ago.
Oh, we're like a speakeasy. We're at the speakeasy.
No, we're
There's
not.
There's a special knock to get into this show.
Yes. Yes.
Password.
No password. It's just a special knock. Well, the password is flaccid.
Humor has been prohibited, but right here, we don't care about your prohibition.
Flaccid.
Yeah. Screw your fun prohibition.
Everybody got flaccid.
Bootleggers of comedy, right here. That is my next promo. Bootleggers of comedy. I'm going to put that in there.
Do you like comedy? Do you want to get it when you shouldn't have it? Why not try Lonzo's bootleg comedy?
No.
I'll be like, hey, buddy, I got some.
No, you'd be there like,
Here, come here.
Yes, I knew you were going to do
Of course
that.
you would.
Yeah, you would.
you want some comedy?
Yeah, you were. It's like we got watches. We got.
Yeah.
We got.
I wasn't
we got
showing man
rings,
cleavage.
We got necklaces. We got comedy. That's
So,
on the left side.
Want some comedy, man? Got some
big
comedy here for you?
announcement from me that I forgot to mention
You want to do
when
it
I
on
was talking
air?
about manga.
Okay.
As of this morning, have ordered. I finally found a good deal on a well-maintained copy of Trigun Maximum Volume 13, which means after almost 3 years of collecting, I now have the entire Trigun series, or at least I will when it comes in next week.
Way to go, man.
Nice.
Yes.
It's hard to do that, to find an entire set of something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How long
Been
is
out of
that?
print for
How
20
long
years
is Tri-
almost.
I was going to ask you how long it's been out. So
I think the last volume printed in 2008.
I don't know.
Man, where did this
All
show
these
go?
years.
we're not getting to anything else. I am sorry.
Thank you.
We might even have to just like skip lightning round. I don't know. We'll see.
Gotta
I'll
talk
leave the
about
music
Invincible
playing,
and
but you know, it
Daima.
might be
So I was like,
different.
lightning didn't strike today.
Yeah, well, see, I told you with 4 people it goes longer. That's
Yeah.
what I was.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's why I was. That was me
Oh,
explaining to
let's
the
do radio.
people.
Oh.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo and Odie and Cameron and Matthew having so much fun that we still have 2 breaks left. So
Yeah,
I mean, that's how that goes, right? We still have 2, or do we just have 1? Yeah, there we go. We just have 1.
Yeah, just the one. for
Just
us.
1. Okay. All right.
One.
So I got a little bit ahead of myself, which is fine.
There can only be one.
We have, thanks to correction, 2 more matchups, and I was excited to get to the last one, and but we're not doing that one first. We are doing Water Rockets versus D&D. All right, I'll let them explain what D&D is. I need to explain what a water rocket is because I'm the only one in the room that knows what it is. So apparently they didn't have water rockets in Ireland. They probably would have been shot down by the Royal Navy.
I'm
or
just going to
whatever.
go out on a limb here, but are these rockets controlled by water and pressure?
Look at you. Look at you. Yes, it's another
Crazy.
physics type thing. Okay,
I built a
so
water rocket before, but I've also built actual rockets.
so water
Not
rocket.
actual rockets, I should say. I built non-water rockets.
Okay, water rockets. You put it on a launch pad. You fill it up with water and you keep pumping it and with a pump, and the pressure. When you release the pressure, the rocket will explode and it will take off. And then, depending on the kind of rocket, it will separate. And then usually the cone will have a parachute in it, and it will parachute down. Unfortunately, where I lived growing up, when we were fortunate enough to have bottle rockets, not bottle rockets, but water rockets, I was only able to use them like once or twice because the wind would pick it up and it would drift into the neighbor's yard who had 2 really large German shepherds, and they would eat the rocket, and I would never see it again.
Oh, little puppies.
No. Annoying
You
menaces.
know my
Oh, no.
affiliation to German Shepherds.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
When you're like 10 years old and you got to
True.
walk
Yes.
past them,
Yes.
and every once in a while they would get loose.
They're big.
Yes, and they bited.
They nip you.
They bited. Anyway, so water rockets. Texas says water rockets were the best. They were. They absolutely were.
See, we didn't have them for sale, but we made them with a 2-liter bottle. You know, the plastic bottles like your
Yes.
drink bottle.
Yes.
And instead of using a pump to
Mhm.
pump it up, we went air compressor.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And then we found out that if you just put too much pressure into it,
Mm,
doesn't- it doesn't
just
go-
explode.
it doesn't
yeah,
go up.
It
Yeah,
just exploded.
Yeah,
It
it just
doesn't
does.
go up, it goes out.
it
Yes,
goes,
it does.
it expands.
it
Yeah.
does.
And that was so much more fun. So that's what we kept doing.
Okay, so
at
water
the age of
rockets are
29.
going up against D&D, which if you were on the stream, you noticed that Matthew bought a couple of D&D characters at Borderlands Comics and Games annual sale, which is going on through tomorrow. So you should check it out, 410 South Pleasant Brook Drive. Yes, they still have stuff and it's still on sale. Big sales. A lot of people there this morning and throughout the day, I'm sure. And you need to go over there. You're still going to find stuff because they leave stuff back in the warehouse and they bring it in on day 2. So maybe there was something. Oh, there is stuff there tomorrow that wasn't there today. So you should check that out. Really quick, Trey on the stream asked, did Big E's character debut in Spider-Man yet? Yes, he did. And
Absolutely.
it's very obvious who it is. He did a great job.
Who's Biggie?
It's a wrestler. All
Wrestler.
right, or he's a wrestler.
You'd like him.
Water Rockets versus D&D. Matthew. Wonder which way this is going to go.
So, water rockets are really cool. I built water rockets in middle school in my science classes, and I also did a couple years of summer camp thing at my school with my science teacher we built like paper towel roll rockets that we would stick like actual fireworks in to have them launch up really far. That were really fun. But D&D it's D&D. I gotta go with it. I gotta go that way.
It's life for you. D&D is life.
It is.
Okay, Cameron, Dungeons and Dragons or Water Rockets?
Well, I think you know where I'm going to go with this.
Water rockets for Cameron.
No, D&D. Probably one of the most fun games I've ever played. A lot of good memories and stuff built with a good group of friends. So definitely got to go with D&D.
Odie.
Yeah. Well, because I have never played D&D, and even though y'all have said that it is amazing and it sounds really good, I'm going to go with the fact that I like to blow stuff up. Water rocket it is.
I don't know if I would have admitted that on the radio.
What?
Across three states that you like to blow stuff up, but that's fine. All right, so there we go.
Plastic bottles.
Yeah, no, okay.
With
All right,
water,
thank you for being
know.
specific now. All right, so
In Minecraft.
we have two D&Ds and one water rocket. And here's the thing. Because of the stress, the trauma that I dealt with as a kid with the water rockets,
German Shepherds.
and because I've really enjoyed my time playing Dungeons and Dragons, especially radio D&D.
Ray D&D-O.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one before that.
What?
Because this one never finished. So I don't know how it was starting to be joyful, but then someone got 37 jobs. So because of that, yeah. So I'm going to go with Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons goes through. All right, we got our final break to take, but we still got a little bit of time to get the last matchup on this side of the bracket. And we are starting out with a Viewmaster. Matthew, do you know what a Viewmaster is?
It sounds familiar. I was about to look it up.
All right, so a Viewmaster, before the internet, before a lot of things, a Viewmaster,
Yes, I know what
you
they
would
are.
get
Okay.
discs,
Yeah, I've used
and the
those before.
discs would have pictures on them.
3D pictures.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and you would look through a viewfinder, and there was a little, it wasn't a button, it's more of a
Clicker.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
you would
little
click,
thing.
and it would move on to the next picture.
You'd rotate
And
the disc.
those were pretty cool back when I was a kid because they didn't really have a whole lot else
Mhm.
like that. And you're right, the fact that it was 3D, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That being able to see the depth and see those pictures come to life was really, really nice.
I actually saw the camera that made them, and that was really cool.
Oh, I
It was 2 cameras mounted on a big bracket,
Mhm.
and they were ever so slightly off center to each other, so it'd give you the depth perception on it.
All right, so there we go. We got Viewmaster going up against Batman. So it's all Batman toys, Batmobile, the Batman action figures, anything Batman. Of course, a Batman mask, the cows and stuff like that. Grappling hooks, whatever there is Batman wise. So it's Batman versus Viewmaster. Odie.
I like Batman, not enough to overpower the Viewmaster.
Wow.
I'm going with the whole physics thing on the Viewmaster.
It was pretty cool. All right,
Mm.
Matthew, what do you got?
I think Viewmasters are kind of cool, but I mean, Batman is a merchandising juggernaut. There's a lot of really awesome stuff with that, so I got to go with Batman.
All right, Cameron.
Batman.
All right. I also am going with Batman. Very shocking there. All right. So there we go. There is another part of the bracket done. We will get down to 32 next week.
On the stream where Dave says that he has Man-Bat, that always reminds me of a friend of mine whose name was Wayne Bruce, and we used to call him Man-Bat. His first name was Wayne, and his last name was Bruce.
You do understand that there is a Man-Bat.
Oh, no, I
in
don't,
Batman.
but
okay, well,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know. I mean,
We
all right.
used to call Wayne Bruce Man-Bat.
That is a good joke.
It is a good. No,
It's
it's a
not
very
a joke.
good
It's real.
No,
Okay,
the
okay.
Man-Bat part is a
Oh, yeah,
joke.
okay.
Yeah.
We are going to take our final break. When we come back, we're going to come back with lightning round. I'm going to squeeze in like 3 stories. I mean, maybe 25 stories. I don't know. I spent a lot of time on show prep that we didn't get to, but hey, it's this show. It's what we do. We've been around for over a decade now. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolina.
Can't hear you.
Trying to decide, is this noobable? The fact that I couldn't hear the liner over the music. Now, I didn't have headphones on.
I could hear it on my headphones.
I couldn't hear the liner over the music.
Producer could hear it.
I don't
Hey.
know. I don't know if that's noobable. Or
I don't trust that umpire.
not. Yeah, I don't know.
He's shady.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to ask the people on the stream who couldn't hear the liner anyway because I don't have the
Yeah,
liner going
yeah,
out
there
of
you
it.
go.
So if you think I'm safe, then give me a safe.
Let's ask
And
the,
if you-
the deaf audience what
Yes.
they heard.
No, I'm going to put it this way. Did you like the little bit of rave music I was playing? And more importantly, did you think my dancing was fantastic?
Oh my gosh.
If you start singing "I'm Too Sexy," we're getting.
I'm
Those videos are from over a decade ago.
What video?
The Batman videos, the Batman.
Oh
Batman.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired after that.
By the way, have you seen Pete? Well, Pete Holmes also did like a thing in Jeopardy that I saw. The other day. He was ridiculous. Dude,
What happened?
the guy who did the Batman sketches.
Yeah.
I was just saying stuff because I appreciate his comedy.
Nice. I never knew who did it because I watched it a decade ago when I
Yeah.
was a kid.
Does that ever seem weird to you that you were a kid a decade ago?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it seems weird to me that I was a kid 3 decades ago.
Yeah, well, several generations represented here on this program. So
Did you see the comment? I thought that
definitely
was
know
funny.
I was in my senior year of high school.
I was about to ask which stage am I?
You're the one below me, obviously. You
I
know.
was actually like specifically thinking about that earlier today. Just a shower thought thing because I was thinking about my video editing and how far I've come in the past 12 years that I've been doing video editing for.
What's your YouTube thing? What's your? You mean you put some of them out on YouTube, do you?
Well, I put some stuff on YouTube, but I don't do YouTube or anything like that.
No.
I edit for a guy on YouTube. But yeah,
Oh, okay. You don't have your own studio. You don't have your own. YouTube. Okay.
no.
Send me some stuff, man.
Hmm?
Send me some of your stuff.
Oh, sure.
you won't understand any of it, but you can,
This seems like this is skillfully done.
What?
I was being you for a second.
what?
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 Well, I've edited for like 20 years, so I know what good editing looks like.
No, I know
Okay.
that was the joke.
Oh,
Because you wouldn't understand the context, but you would still
your squeaker squeaked.
Yeah, well, he's been
quickly distract him with the chicken.
I forgot. You gotta do this.
Sorry. It's the chicken of chickenness.
He's been hiding.
Poor Venom.
Oh no, that's right. When my hard drive died last year, that means I lost. So I still had my final project from my video production class in high school that I had in 10th grade in high school. I had it until my hard drive died last year. That's right. So I don't have it
Thank you, Imogene. You've made
Yeah,
his
that's-
day.
There's
He's
the
so
one
happy
We did a
now.
music video to the song Hollywood.
Imogene, if no one has ever told you,
interesting to watch.
love you right now.
I played the
Oh, yeah.
guitar in it. And by play the guitar, I mean I brought in my plastic Guitar Hero guitar and I just spammed buttons on it.
Nice. You want to
Yeah,
let him begin?
Santana in the back.
All right, it's time for lightning round where we squeeze in as many things as we can in the last 8 or 9 minutes of the show. And let's start with this. I was going to do signs of the impending apocalypse, but I'll just tell you that the odds of a giant asteroid plowing into Earth in 2032 have increased by 2.3%, NASA reports.
Nice.
The 295-foot asteroid, dubbed 2024 YR4, now has a 43% chance of slamming into the planet when it arrives on December 2nd, 2032. So think about that. 43. So it might or it might not. So it's a flip of a coin. All things in 2032.
You know what? I like those odds.
Do you?
50% of the time it works. Every time.
Officials at the Space Agency are calling 2024 YR4 a significant threat that could result in localized destruction. Probably more than localized destruction. It could be,
Let's get Bruce
just
Willis
get-
on the scene.
Yeah, no, he's not doing
No,
real
no,
well right
Bruce-
now.
Bruce
So
is
yeah.
having
All
having
right.
a tough time.
Should the asteroid threaten Earth, NASA is preparing to use a kinetic impactor to alter its path.
Ben
officials
Affleck.
say.
Get Ben Affleck.
Yeah, there you go.
Get him on the
He's
phone.
still though.
Steve
Get Ben-
Buscemi's
yeah.
still good, too.
So
Get him
think
on the
about
phone.
that. They are preparing to use a kinetic impactor.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, I think it was last year they tested trying to move
Yeah, it was
something.
23.
So they knew this was coming and they were testing already.
I mean,
they're-
they've known this was coming for a long
yes.
time.
Do you reckon there's
Um,
like a NASA guy gone into the Oval Office and says, sorry, man, we got this.
All right,
we
so-
got this.
Officials say the kinetic impactor doesn't work. A nuclear blast will be used as a last resort to push it aside.
We got this. We're good.
So you're not scared at all about this. Come on.
got to dice
Well,
on
I
When
mean-
in doubt, nuke it.
Man, am I gonna get to retire?
I
before
mean,
then? I don't.
30,
To be
32.
fair,
Yeah,
the amount of radiation from a nuclear bomb is nothing compared to the just ambient radiation in space.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, there is ambient radiation in space.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Oh yeah, most of space is ambient
I mean, if
radiation.
you go into space without a spacesuit and a ship, like a spaceship, you're going to die.
all
Oh,
right.
very much so.
So
For the most part, the atmosphere is what is a protective barrier.
We don't delve into politics, but I'm going to talk about this because this is very important to me. It may not be important to anybody else out there, but I have an aversion to touching paper, especially wet paper, and it just bothers me. And there's a condition, and I forget what it's called, but wet cardboard is worse. The only thing worse than that are paper straws. All
Oh,
right?
I don't like paper straws.
So on Friday, President Donald Trump posted to Truth Social, I will be signing an executive order next week ending the ridiculous Biden push for paper straws, which
Okay,
don't
that's
work.
just stupid,
Back
though.
to plastic. Whatever. I don't care about whether you like the guy or not. He's getting rid of paper straws. And I am for that. I'm a fan for life because paper straws are horrible.
I don't like paper straws, but they're good for the environment.
Papyrophobia.
Yeah.
How awful.
What's it called?
Plastic straws are for the
Papyrophobia.
environment.
Papyrophobia.
Is that like papyrus?
Like
Mm.
papyrus, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's papyrophobia.
So I have papyrophobia.
There you go.
What does it say that the conditions of papyrophobia are?
Panic attacks, anxiety, sweating, nausea,
I
rapid
know,
heart
but what
rates.
brings those on?
Paper?
So just to touch it, I could touch paper. I just don't like wet paper. Okay, I don't like wet paper.
It's
I
like
mean-
people that have a fear of the water. It's called drowning.
Yes, I will bathe in paper
No, that's their fear actualized.
as long as it's not wet
I will
paper.
bathe in dry paper. That won't clean you, man.
You
That
mean
won't clean you.
hydrophobia.
Yeah.
No, drowning.
All right, so we didn't get to the oops either, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. A man accused of faking a Hollywood career to swindle $500,000 out of investors.
Okay.
That's a good actor.
Yeah, but here's what he did. You know that Saudi prince who just needs you to send a little money and he'll send you more back. He swindled a bunch of Saudis out of $500,000,
Oh.
telling them that he was going to make a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Cruise.
Nice.
He pulled the
I-
reverse Saudi
He
Right.
did. He pulled a reverse Saudi prince.
I would go see that movie with Leo and Tom. Yeah, I'm there. Sign
I
me
don't-
up.
Well,
know.
if you want to see that movie, he needs a bit of funding.
Yes, he does.
What's the address?
Send your
Send
cash.
me the
in.
address.
All right. If you, I'm an Xbox guy for the most part, but I'll play just about any system, and I have most of them. I don't have a PS5 right now, and it's a good thing because PlayStation Network is down, has been down. All the amazing memes and videos have been posted to X and other places about people being very unhappy with the PlayStation Network and about buying physical media. The only bad part about buying physical media, half the time, you still need to download an update in order to play it.
Yeah, but that update is now on the disc.
Well, so PSN has been down. I don't know if it's back up again. Here's the thing. We already know how that feels. It was called Hurricane Helene. Nothing worked after that.
Nothing.
Yeah, so, I mean, especially for people like us who were stranded back in the middle of the woods with trees everywhere and couldn't get out and lost
I
the
had
internet.
power back that afternoon.
Yeah,
It
good
was
for
the-
you.
Matthew. It was the worst 5 hours that I've had to endure. Like,
I
you
was-
know?
Yeah.
No,
Okay. Well, we were out for several days, so I know what it's like to not
You're
be
out
able
for
to
a
play a
week,
game.
Dad.
Yeah, that's several
That's
days.
several days.
It's absolutely several days, Cameron.
7
I know,
being
but-
the key word.
A week is an escalation of saying that.
My
I
parents
mean,
didn't have power for like 11 or 12 days, something like that.
Are they on the PlayStation Network?
No.
Okay. All right. So anyway, well, I don't know. So
I would have said that several days sounds more than a week.
no,
No.
several
It
is
sounds
no
it.
several.
It's a
By the
longer
way,
word.
several is 3 or more. So
Several is
a week
5 or
would
more.
be
you
no.
go
Several is
by
3
the
or more.
minimum as your measuring stick.
All right,
No.
look it up, Mister. Several is 3 or
We
more.
don't have time because there's a couple of seconds left.
Well, we do have to. Speaking
Fine.
of which, a couple seconds left. Make sure you go to Borderlands Comics and Games annual sale, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. It is going on tomorrow. I believe they open at 11 and go to 6. So go check it out. Everything's on sale. You are definitely going to find some deals, and you will find some people that are into stuff that you're into, and just be able to have a conversation with them like we did today. All right, did you look it up?
No,
You did. You
Didn't.
looked it up.
no. I'm not going to tell you
Confirmation.
that several is generally refers to quantity that is more than 7.
It does not say that.
It's more than 2.
It does not.
You know what? No, I'm going home. That's it.
Yep, take your L and go home, buddy.
I'm taking
Are
my
you-
desk and I'm going home.
Well, you can't go home yet because the ending
You
theme
guys
hasn't
are
played.
going home.
Well, you know what?
Because
You know what's about to happen right now?
I
You know
don't
what's
know.
Gonna, you know what's going to happen right now?
What is going to
This-
happen right now?
This is happening.
Hey, that's the ending theme right there. We want to thank everybody for tuning in
I'm going home.
to the show. I want to say go Chiefs because I can. And enjoy your big game food because we can't say the real words that it is because we get those memos saying you cannot say
What's
this.
the one we said?
What? What are you
The-
saying?
Extraordinary Cup. There you go.
There, you said that, the Extraordinary Cup. I don't think that's what it is. But anyway, have a wonderful weekend and week, and we will see you and talk to you and all that cool stuff next week right here on the Upstate Pulse. News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. I would say, Dave, as far as shows goes, and Chris, it was definitely a show.
It was definitely a
Without
show.
a doubt,
sure
it was a
was.
show.
It's one of the
It was a
shows of the
show.
year. Also, Imogene,
I don't know.
glad you picked up on that because I had
think
the
that-
same.
I think that was my
exact
computer.
I
That
think it was. I think it was.
kinetic impactor. Yeah, I didn't think, you know.
If kinetic energy is
I
being
just
applied,
figured they were going to
Yeah.
take a rocket up there and just ram it into it. I mean, that's
we're going
kinetic
to use a
impact,
kinetic
right?
impactor.
Look,
as
it's
in we're
not
gonna
rocket
shoot 'em.
surgery, okay? It's not rocket surgery.
I'm trying to I mean, what would they use? I don't know. I have to research that and find out if they actually have put out
Ben Affleck.
what the kinetic impactor is.
Ben Affleck.
No, I want to know what it's made of.
Ben
how,
Affleck's.
how big it is. They're going to hit it with Ben Affleck.
Yes.
If he's dressed as Batman, it might work.
Yes, it
I'd
will.
imagine it'd be pretty wide, right? Because you want to be able to.
You mean girthy?
No, how much force will it take to move something in space? I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Not a lot.
Right. I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. 'cause
No, well, no.
It has to.
But it's also going at a certain speed.
You've got Newton's third law, so you have to match the whatever force it's traveling at. You need to match that at least.
and go a little
even
bit
if
more
you,
to
even
move
if
it
you're going
away.
from the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction,
Can we
So-
make a force diagram?
if you want to.
I have a
you-
whiteboard.
You'd have to at
I
least
got one in there.
match.
I can bring it in here.
You'd have to at least match the velocity of what's traveling, and then if you there is a certain percentage of the size of the asteroid that you would have to incorporate
That's
into the
exactly what I
velocity,
thought it was going to be.
and it would push out.
Just
Exactly
a
what I
big
thought
old
it was.
block.
So,
Yeah.
you could.
Wait, that's what it looks like?
So they,
Oh, that was the test that they did. Okay.
I'm assuming that this is like
Yeah?
idea image.
It's
whatever.
the Borg. It's the Borg
I-
are going
I,
to do it.
So I don't
What
know
happened
words.
to you?
It's 9 o'clock.
What is that made out of? I wonder. I mean, what material are you making that out of?
Ben Affleck.
Push it.
It's not
Because
made out of glass.
you also got to get it into space.
Same-
Yeah. Yeah, but you
whatever
get
the
it in
same
space,
material is they
covered, and
use
then
on
it'll
normal.
blast
No, I mean,
uh,
how heavy is it?
stuff,
Oh,
just like
heavy enough
aluminum and
now.
stuff like
Or they
that.
could make it in space.
They could. I guess they can make it in space.
Yeah, then they don't have to worry about pushing it out
Or-
of the atmosphere. And
Or is it something that like a spring where it hits and then it springs back? I don't know. You know
Some
what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
aluminum
You hit
alloy,
it,
I
and then
believe.
it springs back. to
No, I'd
push
say they'd
it.
make it that it'll push through.
Okay. All right.
I'm pushing.
So what happens if
through
it breaks apart?
Then we all die.
or whichever.
No.
That's a great question, Dave.
And they fire a nuke.
All right,
I think that was pretty.
The nuke follow up.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yeah,
because
but see, when
they
you fire a nuke in space, then Kryptonians are released from the Forbidden Zone,
No.
and then suddenly you have an invasion of Kryptonians, and Superman's not here as far as we know. So then General Zod takes over the entire Earth because of it.
I'm going to say General
You
Zod
see-
also isn't here.
I see,
No, because he's
I see,
in the
would be
Forbidden
afterwards.
Zone. The nuclear bomb would release him. That's what.
Phantom Zone.
I
Yeah,
see a
'cause-
flaw.
yeah, whatever.
I see a
I'm
flaw
gonna say
in
the
Dave's.
Phantom Zone
question.
isn't real.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Have you
How
seen
do
the
you
Phantom
know,
Zone?
Matthew? You
I know.
I see a flaw in Dave's question because
As the
they
resident
don't
journalist,
migrate.
I know.
European ones do.
Wait a second.
Wow. What?
Dave said, "What if the asteroid is being carried by an African swallow?" But
Well,
African
well, we're
swallows
just
don't
done. That's
migrate.
it. That's it. It's over.
No, but African swallows don't migrate unless they were gripping it by the husk. You know,
Huska what?
Husqvarna.
Hmm. All right. Say goodbye, Odie.
Goodbye, Odie.
Say goodbye, Matthew.
Slanowalia.
Goodbye, Matthew.
Say goodbye, Cameron.
Goodbye, Cameron.
I'm going to say goodbye and guess that Odie's going to go watch an entire season of Food Wars. See ya.